All right, welcome back to the KnivesFAST channel, and today we're going to do the first review of a Kubey knife on the channel, and there's that really cool Kubey logo. Really like that. And so here is the model we're looking at, the KU233a, also known as the Wolverine, which I was looking to see if it was on there, but it's not. And so here's a card that comes with it with some information about Kubey, just really good stuff. So guys, this is a really interesting knife. It is, again, the 233A or the Wolverine. This is a big knife. So let's just get into that right off the bat. So there you go, fully open. And you know what? It has this almost, guys, I forgot to say hi to Ren and Stimpy. Hello. I'm going to get in trouble with some of my viewers if I don't do that. So it has a look almost like a Quaken, like it looks like it's actually not flat here and sort of arced, but it is flat. I laid it flat, tried to look up under it. It is definitely flat, but it's got a really cool look to it. So overall, this guy is 8.2 inches. So again, this is not a small knife. That blade is 3.5 inches. And the handle length is 4.7. So yeah, in hand, you can see there's a little bit of extra room here, but not a ton. It is a really good full-size knife, EDC knife. So there we go. The next thing I'd like to point out is just the thinness of this blade stock. If I can get my hand in here, there we go, without cutting myself. There you can see the blade stock. It is a very thin, slicey design, and there's that gray stonewash on the D2 blade. Really nice, and you also see that here on the pivot and on the screws, and as well as on the clip. And I don't know if the screws are actually stonewash, but you get it. It's that same gray. The body screws are flat. The pocket clip screws are not. Again, not a huge deal to me. There is a lanyard hole for those of you it matters. This knife is so big. If somebody would use a lanyard for a knife this big, I'd love to know why. But that's just me. Again, I'm not much of a lanyard guy. I've tried them. They just haven't been something that I've stuck with on many knives, maybe some really small ones. There's the Kubey logo on that side. You see there that pivot has a really cool look to it. Really nice design. There's on this G10 handle, black G10, there is some milling here and a milled out area for your index finger and your thumb. We'll get into the ergos in just a moment. So, but again, it is a fairly thin, there we go. We got some good focus there. You can see how thin it is. It is slightly swedged here, so gives it some nice relief and a really nice look on that flat ground blade. Drop point, very, very nice looking blade. And I'll tell you, I've opened packages, I've cut paper, just basic EDC tasks, cut some tape, a small piece of, it was paracord, yeah. Cut right through it, no problem. It is a sharp, slicey blade. Got a really nice choil for sharpening, not a finger choil as well. So let's check a couple of things here. So as far as the centering, yeah, Kubey does a good job with that, guys. I've seen a lot of these. The first one I've had in hand, it might be off to the show side ever so slightly, but guys, I would call that centered. I'm not a nitpicker. That's just me. So as far as lockup on the liner lock, I would call that very good. Again, I'm not really good at the numbers. 20, 30, probably 30, maybe even 35. It is really well locked up. It's not going anywhere. There's no wiggle. There's no anything like that. As far as the flipper tab, it's a little squared off here, and it tends to make this jimping a little sharp right on that tip. But if you hit it with your whole finger rather than just on that tip, sorry for the focus, if you hit it with your whole finger on the tab as you're supposed to, it light switches out of there really, really well. Open construction, except for a back spacer here, which also has a little bit of jimping on it. As far as opening, guys, it has a really good detent. Kubey is, by the way, made in China. And obviously, where it's made really knows what they're doing. It is really well done. It is not a fall shut knife, but it is definitely a nice, smooth hydraulic closer. So I would call the action a big plus. The clip, it's a little stiff for me, guys. It's a little tight getting into my pocket. Retention is terrific because of that. It is not a complete deep carry. It's a quarter of an inch, half an inch sticking out, probably a little over a quarter of an inch. But overall, the pocket clip's not a problem. Again, it's just a little tight going into the pocket. Maybe that would work out over time. And you know, we have another little thing to add. So great knife, right? So the one thing that, again, I have medium to large, I would call them large size hands. And the one thing I have is, guys, this thing is thick. It's thick and it's a little bit on the blocky side. So, again, I can get a good grip with it. It just doesn't feel incredibly comfortable. Again, it's going to be a great user. I'm going to be able to get in here. The jimping is actually pretty good for me. You know, I don't have a problem with it as far as using it, but I could see, and by the way, I feel this part of the pocket clip on my hand right there. So I could see using this for a period of time. It would probably get pretty uncomfortable for me. If you had bigger hands, matter of fact, Kyle from DTOM Knives and Gear has one of these right now, and I bet you Kyle's going to say he loves this thing. But for me, with thinner, smaller hands, I think it's just a little much. I would say it just kind of digs me right here. And by the way, there is good access to the liner there. It just kind of digs at my hand a little bit right there, my finger. And it's just a little blocky. If it were rolled a little bit more, it would be great. I will say the relief right here where your finger goes in, that is great. And also where the swell of your palm there, you know, goes in. It's good. It's just a little too thick for me, guys. You know, but I just love it overall. I mean, I love the cutting. I love everything about it. It's just a little thick for my hands. So there you go. The Kubey KU233a. By the way, this one sells on Kubey's website, which I will link down in the description. This one sells for $39. I've seen it elsewhere, but you know, Kubey has it, and I don't see any reason why you wouldn't want to get it from them. It's $38.99, so $39. Check it out, guys. I'll put the link in the bio. But this comes by way of Kubey through the Black Widow pass-around group put together by Justin from Knife Dude. Justin, appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for setting that up, and I appreciate it. If you guys like this, give me a like, and hey, comment. Let me know what you think of the knife. And if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. And thanks for watching the KnivesFAST channel.